Hi, this is Jeremy Blaustein. You might know me from some of the localization projects I've been fortunate enough to work on, such as Snatcher, Shadow Heart's Covenant, Metal Gear Solid, and the Silent Hill series. But I'm here to talk to you and to ask for your help with a game that's been my dream ever since I first got started in the game industry 20 years ago. I've been a game player ever since the age of 10. It's what made me who I am, and it's why I came to Japan for the first time. It's why I went to Tokyo and joined Konami, one of the greatest game companies in the world, because I wanted to make games. It was when I was working there that I did my first project as a localizer and a director. The game was Snatcher. I played it in the R&D department and it blew me away. I learned for the first time that games had the ability to reach people far more deeply than movies or books. I was lucky enough to be involved in making the English version, and I still hear from fans about how they can't forget it, how it changed their lives. Since then, it became my dream to make a game that would move people like that. Before games got to be such a big industry, people like you and me who truly love games started making them because they were the kinds of games that they wanted to play, that they knew other people would want to play. They worked with limited budgets, limited processor speed, limited memory, and still managed to create worlds that filled our imaginations and kept us thinking about the games long after we turned off the power. Now it's only the AAA titles that get made. To be competitive, you need to spend tens of millions of dollars to make and market a world-class title. And when the risks are that high, people are unwilling to take chances. That means less fun and less innovation. But then came Kickstarter. Suddenly it was the fans that were able to say what they wanted and to help a fun and original title get off the ground without the backing of a huge game company and its army of bean counters. It was a game changer. It was a revolution. I spent a lot of time thinking about what I loved about games, and I decided that adventure games were the ones that really stuck with me. I think a lot of you know what I mean. So let me tell you a little bit about the game. It's called Blackmore, and it's a steampunk graphic adventure game set in Victoria-era London. I've always been interested in time periods of great change, when two different cultures clash. The Victorian era was a time like that. So many things that are part of our everyday life started then. The first photograph, the first bicycle, the first steamship, ice cream, telephones, light bulbs, x-rays, and one more thing. The first and most notorious serial murder case, Jack the Ripper. But these changes meant that people had to find a new balance in a rapidly shifting world. Mankind had to face the great question, what is my place in the world? Where do I belong? These are questions we're still struggling with today. This is what makes steampunk and the Victorian age so fascinating. It's a mirror for the world we live in today. With these thoughts in mind, I started to develop the idea for the game story. What we needed now was to build a team that could bring this project to life. The first person I knew I wanted on board was the artist, Satoshi Yoshioka, famous for his work on Snatcher and Police Knots. I remember how striking and unique his style was, and how it left such a strong impression on me. Next, we looked for a game musician, and Motoaki Furukawa, who did such beautiful compositions on Dracula X, Snatcher, Tokimeki Memorial was our first choice. They were both really excited by the story and the steampunk genre, and were quick to come on board. With Mr. Yoshioka spearheading the art and Mr. Furukawa on sound and music, I knew we could do something very special, that we could capture the mood and essence of Japanese adventure games and make something of real quality and style. In addition, I've also enlisted some great voice actors. One of them is David Hayter, who really needs no introduction. Before I go, I want to say that I feel incredibly lucky to be here at a time when this kind of fan-supported game is a possibility. And I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me to make this game a reality. Thank you.